he called the police on me in October, and I went to jail for it, and I haven't seen my daughter since. I've always had custody of my daughter since she was born. No one can confirm that he has possession of my daughter.
Okay.
LaDiron
All right.
Jones does
Hold.
not have possession of my
All right.
daughter. Everything that's coming out his mouth is money, calculations,
The Office of Attorney General filed a notice of change of status with the court. Basically, we had received information that the children may be living with Mr. Robinson. I don't think that that's agreed to, and I think we just need to have a hearing on basically all the issues.
Okay. If you would call the parties.
Okay. Ms. Robinson, where are the children in this case currently residing?
My daughter, she's actually residing with his mother.
And how long has that been going on?
It has been going on since October. I haven't seen her since October. And there's he called the police on me in October, and I went to jail for it, and I haven't seen my daughter since.
Were you granted primary custody in the prior order?
I've always had custody of my daughter since she was born.
Okay.
Until this October thing.
So what happened in October?
So in October, my daughter and I took her phone because she was misbehaving, and during that process, I guess she called her father, and then he came with his girlfriend to our home. Me and him did have a verbal altercation, and my daughter was taking things out of our home that I was like, that's not a weekend thing. I was just thinking it was going to be a weekend visit with her dad. So they left, and then 4 hours later, the police came to my home, and I went to jail for one night. And then ever since then, I have been now I guess I'm a non-custodial parent. I haven't been able to see my daughter, hear from my daughter. And I know for a fact, but one thing I do know for a fact, she stays with his mother.
Okay, Miss Robinson, can I what was the reason they took your child?
They told me it is a family domestic violence.
Okay, so was there some sort of altercation between you and your daughter?
No, it was basically like items, like she was taking items out the house. I was putting items back in the house or hiding them. Like I said, there was no altercation. I did not hit my daughter.
I didn't ask that question right. Let me ask it again.
Okay.
Why did the police arrest you?
At that particular time, I didn't know.
You don't know why they arrested you?
They just told me when they came to my house, they said that they asked for my name, and then they said, can you step outside? And then I was handcuffed. And then I said, what am I being charged for? And they said, family domestic violence.
Okay, so they charged you with domestic violence.
Yes, and I didn't know if it was because I didn't.
Okay. All right. Did you go to court?
Oh, and so basically, I haven't actually been to court as of yet regarding that matter.
Okay.
But I was told like to not. I like the bond. I'm not supposed to be anywhere around my daughter Amari. But okay, I haven't been to court yet.
Wait, let me talk a little.
Okay.
So did they do a protective order against you?
No, I think the only thing I have is like from the bond. It was like in order for me to get out of jail, it had like I don't think I have a protective order on me.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, you may continue, Mr. Wright.
Ma'am, are you currently employed making $14.25 an hour, 40 hours a week?
Yes.
Okay. Does Mr. Jones currently provide health insurance for your daughter?
No,
Okay. Um,
she
it-
has Medicaid,
okay.
and he was paying child support. So
Okay.
I thought,
So I'm showing that before giving any sort of credits for possession, that child support owed as of yesterday is $9,138.61. And medical support is $3,247.14. Do you think those amounts are accurate?
You talking to me?
No, this question's still for Ms. Robinson.
Okay.
But Miss Robinson didn't have an order ordering her to pay child support. So
Right, right.
any of that money should be against Mr. Jones. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm sorry if my question wasn't clear. I'm showing that that's how much that he owes you as of that date. Do you think those amounts are accurate?
I believe so.
State is proposing to take a judgment giving Mr. Jones credit for the time he had possession of the child, which would result in a child support judgment of $2,218.17 as of yesterday, and $3,247.14 in medical support as of yesterday. Would you be in agreement with those amounts?
I'm sorry, would you repeat those numbers? The
Two
medical-
thousand.
I just need the medical number.
I'm sorry, just the medical.
Yes,
$3,247.14.
okay. I think his question, Ms. Robinson, was, would you agree that that's the amount giving him possession credit? You're on mute.
Possession.
Okay.
Okay. Possession to me means that he is taking care of my daughter, and that is not factual.
Okay.
He does not. And my daughter,
So the answer to my question then, ma'am, is that you don't agree with that, and the reason you don't agree is because you don't believe that he's been the one taking care of her, correct?
that is correct.
Okay. Are you in agreement with him being named as the primary conservator of the child with the right to designate the address?
No.
And why is that?
Why do I? So basically, you're asking me. You're asking me if I'm in agreement with him being like the sole provider.
Not even
No.
necessarily sole, I asked primary. Like, so the one who has the right to designate the address.
No, I do not agree with that.
Okay. And what kind of conservatorship do you believe would be appropriate?
I think it needs to be how it was before. Cause like when he was on child support, I didn't put no visitations on him, restrictions on visitation, none of that stuff. I feel like we should be able to just have just a normal communication relationship to where we can both take care of our daughter, and that's never been the issue ever since she's been born. But no, I don't believe that he should be primary. That's basically what that is. And if anything, we need to be joint parenting.
What kind of visitation schedule do you believe would be appropriate?
For me or him?
I guess when I say visitation, possession. So for both of you, who would have the child when?
I would have the child like I've been having her since October, and he could come see her. He could come. I have no issues with him seeing her. But I'm the primary.
So whenever you say since October, you haven't seen her since October, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Seen her.
So do you mean
heard,
before
talked to her.
October?
Huh?
Do you mean before October?
I
Okay.
think both of you are kind of off the track here.
Okay.
Mr. Wright is trying to determine whether or not you should have visitation with the child, Ms. Robinson, and what type of visitation arrangement would you like? Do you want a standard visitation? That means you'd have the right to visit with the child on the first, third, and fifth weekends of each month, or some other arrangement. I understand that you're saying that you want to be primary caregiver for the child, and that Mr. Jones will go back to the arrangement that it was in place prior to the child being taken from you. I understand that's what you're saying. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, but that's not going to happen today, okay?
Okay.
Okay. You may continue, Mr. Wright.
So I would like standard visitation
All right,
or more
standard
or
visitation.
more.
Okay.
If this court does order order that Mr. Jones is the primary parent, would you be in agreement to the state's calculation of guideline child support at $407 per month?
Yes.
Would you be in agreement to pay medical support of $90 per month and dental support of $15 per month?
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to bring to the court's attention?
No.
I'll pass the witness.
All right.
State would call the father, Mr. Jones.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jones, what do you believe that you and Miss Robinson can work together to make decisions regarding the child?
I believe, saying that she's, saying a good parent, but she needs some, everybody needs some counseling. And so I believe, since she needs some counseling.
I guess more what I'm getting at is, do
I
you think
believe,
that it's appropriate to share decision-making power such as educational health decisions, things like that?
I think, with me being, saying the sole provider, saying everything, she's, saying in my household. So, I think everything, saying will have to go through me right now.
Can you tell the court about how your daughter initially came into your possession?
Okay, I got a call on October 1st, so my daughter knows the date, but prior to October 1st, it's been a lot of back and forth, so with her and her mom, it's been kind of heated conversations, arguments, and things, sent to that manner. And I do have like recordings, sent of all this. It's a lot of stuff going on. Let me see, but I was called, on October 1st, and then when I pulled up to the house, Amari, so was in the street with the next door neighbor, and they was picking up like some change, which is Amari's. Let me see, her piggy bank. And let me see, it was some clothes sitting outside. It was some clothes sitting outside the house, which was Amari clothes. Her mom, throwing Amari clothes out, fussing.
Like for us modifying and shit.
I don't understand why she just didn't do that right there and there and just
Send it to the judge and be done with it.
Hello.
Who is this?
It looks
Can
like
you,
someone
they
from
need to be muted.
yeah.
Who is these people?
Okay.
Hello.
I
Miss
apologize. It
Robinson.
looks-
Ms. Robinson,
Yes.
would you put your
On mute?
thing on mute? Yes, ma'am. Mute yours. Okay, now Mr. Jones.
Okay, cool.
All right. You can
Okay, so
continue.
when her and the neighbor was outside picking her clothes up, well, her change up from her piggy jar or whatnot, I got out the car, and then her mom, was, fussing that I hope the crackheads, pick up your change, all this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Throwing her clothes, like you got to get out of here, get on all this big disrespectful stuff, woo woo, and just on the attack mode, but just and Amari, was very, like quiet, just picking up her stuff and everything. And she seen me, she come to me being all, let me see, agitated, just voicing, and I guess she wanted me to react to the situation, and whatnot. And my girlfriend, she was in the car, and she was, you know, Cameron, got Cameron noticing of all this going on, and when she seen her, you gotta be just being a little extra, whatever case may be. So I was continuing to help Amira get her belongings and bags in the car and etc. And then once we got all that stuff out, we went on and we pulled over at Sock High School, and, you know, got out and looked at her arms, and, you know, I looked all over and just, you know, spoke to Amari and just about her concerns, and I seen all the bruises and the knots in her head. So, and that was from a physical altercation that they had prior before I got there, you know. And so I went on to call the police. Called the police. They did their judgments and took our statements, and then they went to her mom, and I guess arrested her mom. And so, but other than that, Amari been with me, you know, since driving ever since.
And so based on that, on that history of violence, you're asking that that you be named as a sole managing conservator. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you believe that that visitation is appropriate at this time?
I don't think no sin visitation, no sin will be appropriate until she handle her business. Whatever no sin, because she's against the state. Whatever that she got going on in her case, like she said, she has she can't see her, no sin or whatnot. And you know, actually I think she kind of spoke to her, then reached out to her. I know of that. But at the same time, you know, I don't mind them having no in the relationship, no sin they had before, no sin the first, third, and the fifth, whatever case, and let them flourish. Everybody needs their mom, everybody needs their dad, but she just needs to handle her business.
Are you currently carrying her health and dental insurance through your job?
I can do that on my ADP. I was doing that, no sin just a minute ago, but once we get done with all this, I can try to confirm everything doing my ADP and do that I got to go to work tonight. So
Did you hear those amounts I read earlier as the state's
yeah, I wrote them down.
calculation? I'm sorry?
I got the 90 in the medical. You said 15 in dental and 407 in
Yes.
child support. Now,
Yes.
let me ask you this. I did a guesstimate with them averages. Is there any way, saying that if it's cost higher, or whatever case may be, could I call back and make adjustments about that?
So I mean, that's what the state is proposing based on the information that you've provided us in order to modify a court order that would require another court order. So with that being said, are you in agreement to setting those amounts as current child and medical support?
I'll take that right now. Yeah.
Let me make sure I understand, because obviously I guess I'm the only one that's out of the box here. What's happening, Mr. Jones, is that this is what Miss Robinson is going to be paying you. She's going to pay you child support in the amount of $407 a month. She's going to pay cash medical of $90 a month, and she's going to pay cash dental of $15 per month. Now,
wow.
She is going to have a standard visitation, and both of y'all are going to be joint managing conservators, meaning that both of you have the right to make decisions in the life of the child. Now, this is
what nothing
was,
about no joint.
I know I'm deciding it should be joint. I know you wanted to be sole managing. She wants you to go back to the way it was previously, but that's not the way it's going to happen. Okay.
Do your thing.
Now, I'm going to give you possession credit so that you're going to have to pay her arrears, $2,218.17. Now, how much should he pay that at, Mr. Wright? What rate?
State is asking for a repayment schedule, repayment of that of $75 per month beginning September 1st.
All right. And then on the medical, $3,247.14. How much should he pay that each month?
We're also asking for 75 on that.
All right. Now, Mr. Jones, you're going to be paying, looks like $150 each month to Miss Robinson for your arrearages. You understand?
Okay. That's what you're saying. So I have to understand that that's what you're saying. So my question is, the possession credit, whatever the case may be, what was the total number on that?
All right. Initially, the state said that you owed $9,138.64 in back child support. But as a result of your possession of the child, they credited you so much money, leaving you owing $2,218.17. You understand?
Right.
On the medical, it looks like it didn't change, that you owed $3,247.14, and they're still requesting $3,247.14. You understand that?
And so with the money, no saying that was paid in
If
since
you
no
got
saying I
money, if there's any money in there, they'll credit it and make the appropriate adjustments.
okay, cause no saying like I did my no saying calculations, no saying as well. I know you tell we going over numbers or whatnot since October 1st. And when I got paid, that's 11 months. So yeah, out of my check, that was 426.92 coming out every 2 weeks. And
And
from
and how
420,
long, how long did they continue to take that out of your check?
they still taking that out of my check as of today.
Okay, then any monies past that time will be credited back to you.
Okay, well, I just wanted to state that I had brought up the total of like $9,392.24. And
Okay,
so, but
I'm not privy to the numbers, but
okay,
I'm telling you what this is going to be, and this is how it's going to work. If
right,
there's monies that are owed to you, then you'll get them. You'll
okay,
get the money, okay?
all right.
Mr. Wright, you understand that effective of October, then any payments that he made will be credited back to him, correct?
They first credit towards any arrears that he still owes, but then anything, because we do have a significant amount of money on hold, and
Okay, all right,
it's around the 9,000 that he was saying, it looks like.
all right. Ms. Robinson, what do you want to tell me? Unmute yourself.
The main reason why they are still taking money out of Mr. Jones, he's paying child support. The main thing is because the last month I had a hearing of this same little thing, and he did not appear. It's because the main thing is possession. They are not sure. No one can confirm that he has possession of my daughter.
Okay,
LaDiron
all right,
Jones does not have possession of my
all right.
daughter.
Hold on, Ms. Robinson, for just a moment here. The issue is that the child left your possession over 6 months ago.
Correct.
Once the child is out of your possession for 6 months, then if Mr. Jones had possession of her or had her in a place where he had placed her, whether or not he actually had the child in his possession is irrelevant. As long as he made sure that the child was cared for, that's all that was necessary in order for him to get possession credits. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Mr. Wright is going to prepare an order that's going to what we call a change of status. You're going to change the child from Miss Robinson being the primary caregiver to Mr. Jones being the primary caregiver. And that Miss Robinson is going to pay child support instead of Mr. Jones paying child support. Now, as it relates to the medical, now, Mr. Jones, once you get medical, you need to let the Attorney General's office know that you have put the medical in place. Otherwise, you're going to be subject to paying cash medical. You understand?
I got no, so I understand that. And as well, no, so I didn't get that when you told me that she would be paying $90 plus the 15, so actually 105 in cash. To whom?
No, that it's all right. Let me make sure you understand that.
Okay,
She's going to pay cash medical of $90 per month. Now, if you, sir, have medical insurance, then that money will come to you.
oh, okay.
And the same thing with the dental. If you have dental, that $15 a month will come to you as well. Do you have any questions about that?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. She's going to be paying child support to you, $407 a month. You have an issue with that?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm good.
I'm granting her standard visitation, which means that she'll have the right to visit with the child on the first, third, and fifth weekends of each month. Now, the only reason that she will not be able to visit is if the criminal court, which is be dealing with the family violence issue, if they decide something different from that, that she's not to have visitation, then she will not. But otherwise, she'll have standard visitation.
Okay. So,
And I said I'm making y'all joint managing conservators, which means both of you will have the right to make decisions in the life of the child. How old is this child?
She's
16
16,
for to be
about to be
17
17 on the 8th.
next month.
Oh,
And
okay.
sir, my
Yes.
daughter, she
Go
goes,
ahead.
she goes to sock. I stay walking distance to sock.
Okay.
Like I said, this whole thing, like clearly just don't make sense.
I understand that you don't believe it makes sense, Ms. Robinson. I understand from very beginning how when you started your statement, that you had a problem with it. And the problem is that you should have done something in the last 6 months. In order for you to have retained possession, you should have either hired an attorney or
I
done
have
something.
an attorney.
Okay, then where is that attorney today?
Okay, again, I did not know that this was going to happen, but I do have an attorney.
Okay. Then have your attorney. You have 3 working days in which to appeal this decision and get
Okay.
what we call a trial de novo, which means you get to tell your side of the story over again. And then the judge, this is out of the 302nd court, will give you what's called a trial de novo. They'll let you tell the story over again. And then that judge will make an independent decision as to what they believe is fair and just. So you might want to tell your attorney, so as your attorney can file for a
trial de novo
yes, ma'am, for a new trial.
within 3 days.
3 days.
Okay, because I actually have regarding this family domestic violence, I actually go to court tomorrow.
Okay, well, that judge, I mean, that attorney is probably not representing you in this case. You probably need to make them aware of this case so that they'll know what to do. You just need to tell your attorney, okay?
Okay.
All right. But as for what we're doing today, and what I'm ordering is that Mr. Jones is going to be the primary caregiver of the child, but y'all both are going to be joint managing conservators. You're going to get a standard visitation, meaning you'll get to visit on the first, third, and fifth weekends of each month. You're going to be paying child support of $407 per month, cash medical of $90, and cash dental of $15.
And is that so that 407, is that 90 and that 15 included in that, or that's a
No,
those are other charges?
Those are in addition to the 407.
So I'm gonna be paying like almost $600 something a month.
It won't be quite 600. It looks more like
512.
Yeah, something like that.
512.
And like I said, I know it may sound funny to you all, but like it seems like he's all about everything that's coming out his mouth is money, calculations,
No, ma'am, he's doing what he should be doing. He should know exactly what he's going to receive, how much it is, and it's just a matter of arithmetic, and he's figuring it out. I don't have my calculator right here, but I would have done the same. I would have told you what it was. But at any rate, Mr. Wright is going to email to both of you a copy of this order. And of course, please tell your attorney they only have 3 days to appeal, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, and when would I first be able to see her? You said the first?
The first, third, and fifth weekends of each month, provided that the criminal court allows it.
So more than likely.
You said you're going to court tomorrow, so just ask your attorney. I mean, your judge.
So let me ask you this.
All right,
Judge.
thank you.
So with the information that now depending on with her case, because I'm not involved, I'm not, I don't know any type of information about it.
All you
So
have
would
to
she
do
have
is
to,
rely on this information I'm giving you that she's entitled to visit on the first, third, and fifth weekends.
yeah, I got you on that, but
Okay,
depending on her case.
that's between her attorney, and the criminal court.
So, but
Cause
what if
he's
she
the
break the
one that
law?
called the police. It wasn't my
But what if,
daughter.
Well,
but
then
what if
he's
she,
probably going to be there as a witness then, ma'am.
so
He
what
has
if
to be.
she is, just like I said before, what if she, you know, saying goes against the grain and then tries to do the same thing? Do I just reach out to the police?
No, that's you did the first time. You called the police and made a
Assuming-
false
I
accusation.
am assuming that both of you will be very civil. There will be no altercations. There's not going to be any of this
It wasn't one
hollering,
then.
screaming, and all of that. That's past. Okay,
All right.
Mr. Wright, would you please do that order? Thank you.
Yes,
Y'all
yeah,
can
I have
all press
everything.
leave. You can press leave and you're free to go.
Supervisor.
Thank you.